Your Excellency, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, ministers here present, I can recognize Minister from the Gambia, Honourable Baoy. I'm also recognizing the Vice Minister from the People's Republic of China, Honourable Yu. Let me also recognize our chairperson who has just arrived from South Africa, the chairperson of Partners in Population and Development, Honourable Lindiwe Zulu. We welcome you. I would also want to recognize United Nations National Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator for Zimbabwe, Mr. Edward Callon, our Regional Director for the United Nations Population Fund, Ms. Lydia Zigomo, the Zimbabwe National Family Planning Council Board Chair, Professor Stanzia Moyo, our Partners in Population and Development Officer in Charge, Mr. Oliver Zambuko, Partners Country Coordinator, Mr. Jacques van Zuden. Let me say, ladies and gentlemen, you are all recognized. I'll give my speech later on in the second session. But at the moment, I want to introduce our guest of honor. For most of you, I'm sure you know him, but let me just say a few things about him. He is a Pan-Africanist and a liberator who joined the liberation struggle to liberate Zimbabwe at a very tender age when he was still a teenager, and did military training in several countries that include Egypt, Tanzania, China, to mention a few. He went through tough times, including imprisonment and being given a death sentence, which he escaped by a whisker because he was still below the age of 21, so he could not be put on the rope. He later rejoined the struggle after being released from prison after 10 years and fought alongside the other cadres until our independence in 1981. Since 1981, he was in the government of Zimbabwe as a minister, holding several portfolios, which I will not go through. He performed very well in all those portfolios. That's why he never left government up to today. In 2018, he got his first mandate as the president of Zimbabwe through the ballot box and won resoundingly, and is now leading the Second Republic. He has done wonders. In just 5 years, we have seen our roads being rehabilitated, new roads being constructed. We have seen our agriculture improving in terms of yields. We now produce enough food for our country in terms of the staple food maize, in terms of cash crops like tobacco. We are also, for the first time, producing enough wheat for our country, and we are now looking at exporting through his leadership. But most of all, he is a committed man to see that the lives of Zimbabweans are well, and that's why there's this vision 2030 to say Zimbabwe has got to be an upper middle income country, and we are on course to achieve that. One area where he has excelled is in the health area, as witnessed by his presence today. At short notice, he accepted to host this important conference and also accepted to attend as the guest of honor. During COVID-19, for most of you, you know, people were saying Zimbabwe, people are going to die because of COVID. But through his leadership, he managed to secure vaccines for every Zimbabwean citizen. And we did not have a catastrophe. It was averted through his leadership. And that's commitment to health. He has this mantra to say, Zimbabwe inovakwa nevenevayo, meaning the country is built by its own people. And that's the same thing we were talking about yesterday with this South-to-South cooperation to say, we want homegrown solutions from the African continent to solve our problems and leaving no one behind. Recently, on August 23, we had harmonized elections here in Zimbabwe. And again, because the people have seen how he has performed, he was given another mandate for the next 5 years to take us to a higher level. He's now our elected president of the Republic of Zimbabwe. I think we should give a pam-pam on that. The man I'm talking about is no other than our own president of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa. Allow me, sir, to request you to address the guests. Thank you.